Hello and welcome to Design Boss Dialogue, the podcast where bold and ambitious women in interior design come for real conversations to transform and take their businesses to new heights. I am your host, Lisa Marie Elkhadraoui, interior designer and business mentor, here to share my experiences and insights into running an interior design business, as well as empowering you to build the confident, profitable design business you've been dreaming of and truly deserve. In this space, we blend creativity with strategy to help you craft your success and thrive in the world of design. Every episode is packed with unfiltered, no BS conversations, daily inspiration, and actionable business tips to turn your passion into a thriving, cash-rich business. Together, we're redefining what it means to succeed in the interior design industry, one intentional, game-changing decision at a time. So get ready to step up, elevate, and create the design empire you've always envisioned. Welcome back to today's episode. It is day 19 of the Advent Calendar Christmas podcast. And this is one of those conversations I really feel called to have with you because it's been coming up a lot recently, both in my own businesses and conversations that I've been having with clients. And today I want to talk about value, how we measure it, why we misunderstand it, and why so many women feel frustrated or confused when it comes to investing in support, coaching, or expertise, and also how that translates into your business as well. Now, I want you to listen with curiosity because this episode is about clarity, leadership, and growth, and it's not about judgment, especially towards yourself. So listen with a curious ear. So, something I see all the time, especially in the creative-based industry, as well as coaching and other service-based businesses, is that the belief that value is directly linked to time. That if someone hasn't spent hours and hours and hours working on something, then the value somehow isn't there. And that tangible output must equal time spent, and that longer means better. And this belief quietly shapes how women price, how they sell, how they deliver, and even how they perceive support when they invest in someone else as well. But here's the truth that often goes unspoken. Experience compresses time. And when you spent years in an industry, you stop solving things from scratch. You stop overthinking every single decision and you start recognizing patterns very, very quickly. And I want to explain this in a really grounded, real world type of way because I see this consistently with my clients. They come to me with a conversation they're having with their own clients and they feel stuck. They might not know how to respond. They're so emotionally involved in that particular project. And then they second guess themselves. They worry if the client's going to stop liking them, if they get it really, really wrong, or worse still, what if the client fires them? And when I listen to this, I'm not hearing a single situation. What I'm hearing is something I've navigated dozens and dozens of times before, conversations that I've had on renovation projects, on sites, during builds, with clients that are highly emotional, delayed, unclear, and even tried to push boundaries. So when a woman comes to me and brings me a message or an email or a voice note, I'm simply not starting from zero. I can see what's happening very, very quickly. And it's not because I'm special or I have a particular superpower. It's because I've been there. I've walked the walk. So sometimes the guidance that I will give that woman takes only 10 minutes. And that's where people get confused. They think that only took 10 minutes. So how is that valuable? But what they're missing is this. Those 10 minutes can save days of emotional labour, the back and forth emails, the days of stress, doubt, mental energy. And I've had clients come back and say, I'm so glad that I came to you with this. That one voice note has saved me so much time and energy. And that is value. Okay, that is where the value lies, not because of the time it took, but because of the clarity that it created. And this is where I really want you to pause and reflect, because we've been conditioned to equate effort with worth. If it looks hard, it surely must be valuable. If it takes longer, it surely must be better. But just because something takes 10 minutes to do doesn't mean it took 10 minutes to learn how to do it. That 10 minutes might be built on 15 years worth of experience, hundreds of mistakes made, lessons learned the hard way, thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of pounds invested into business, personal growth and the hours that you've invested within that, and professional refinement as well. So when you invest in someone like that, you're not paying for their time, you're paying for their perspective. And I want to be really, really clear on that. It's also the same with your business as well, because this is where many women unknowingly undercut themselves. I want to ask you these couple of questions, and I want you to sit with them and really look at them going into 2026. How many years have you spent in your craft, in your career, in your industry, maybe previously coming into the industry that you're in? How many situations have you already navigated that your client is facing for the first time? And how many decisions can you now make quickly that once took you days to figure out? That's simply not accidental. That's earned. And yet so many women dismiss it. They can say things like, oh, it's only taken me a short amount of time and it comes really easily to me and I don't really want to overcharge. But ease is not the absence of value. Ease is the result of the mastery of a craft that you've been in for maybe years or decades. And if something feels obvious to you, it's often because you've already done the work to make it obvious. And here's the second part of this that I really want you to take in. This belief about time-based value doesn't just affect how you price, it also affects how you invest as well. It goes two ways. If you believe value must equal hours, you're going to feel completely disappointed when support is efficient, and you'll feel uneasy when clarity comes really, really quickly. But growth doesn't always come from long, drawn-out processes, hard work. It comes from simply one conversation that lands at the right moment. So whether you're thinking about how you show up in your own business, how you invest in support, I want you to ask yourself this. Am I valuing outcomes, or am I fixated on effort? Am I honouring my years of experience, or am I apologising for them? Am I allowing myself to receive clarity quickly, or do I believe growth must be hard to be validated? Because when you shift these beliefs, everything changes. You stop underpricing, you stop over-delivering, you stop feeling resentful, and you start operating from self-trust instead of justification. And that is where sustainable businesses are built from. And that is something that I really, really wanted to share with you in today's podcast. I want you to ask yourself, what decisions can I now make quickly that once felt overwhelming? Okay, and I want you to take a moment and write that down. What decisions can I now make quickly that once felt really overwhelming to me? What patterns do I recognise immediately in my clients? And that could be across the board or spectrum of service-based businesses. What have I lived, learned and navigated that my clients haven't done so yet? Where am I still pricing or positioning myself as if I'm a beginner? And when I invest in others, do I expect effort or do I value clarity? Because awareness alone can change how you build your business. And I want you to really sit with this as we move into 2026 and look at how you perceive value and how you show up and invest in your business and how clients invest with you. I'll be back again tomorrow for another powerful packed podcast. And thank you so much for joining me on day 19 of the Christmas Advent Calendar podcast. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Design Boss Dialogue. If you love what you heard, then please share the podcast with your friends and any women that could do with a dose of empowerment just from me. I would love to hear your thoughts around today's podcast with your key takeaways and wins, because your feedback means everything to me. Also, don't forget to leave a review as well as hit that follow button so you never miss out on any inspiring conversations with me or any other trailblazing women I have on. Stay tuned for more exciting episodes, and remember, unleashing your inner design power and unlocking your true potential is only a click away. See you next time.